Good morning, and I haven't got that clicker yet. I keep saying I'm going to because I want to become a professional YouTube creator. Wouldn't that be freaking cool? I figured I'd dress up. It's Sunday. I forgot. It's time to go to church, isn't it? Absolutely. I tell you, I was involved as a paid tenor section leader and soloist at Myers Park Presbyterian Church. Yep, I loved it. Had a great time there. Bob Stegall, man, he was a good organist. I liked the other organist I heard. Who was he? I can't remember him now. At St. John's Baptist Church. He was good, but not as good as Robert. Robert was amazing at how he would play the organ. I would sit up there and right after the service, I would go sit in the loft and just listen to the organ. Outstanding. Outstanding. And it was the fact that I learned a lot from him about music. A lot. His wife, Ann, helped him with a problem that I had. Because she asked me, she said, "You have a beautiful voice, but when you sing a solo, you tend to go flat." You're right, I did tend to go flat. The reason why I went flat on the note was breath control, and you can't have breath control if you don't have confidence to do it. And I didn't have the confidence. So Ann would work with me. She treated me as a young man. She would come up and make sure my tie was exactly correct. Yes, she did. I learned so much from them when it came to music and how to sing. I can countlessly point at singers that at the end of a phrase they go flat because they don't know how to get the phrase and the breath at the same time. And they don't. You know, and I had to learn that because I always tend to go a tad flat on the note. And only to be able to do that, you got to get the diaphragm, get the air coming through right. It's breathing. And it takes a while to develop that. It took me a long while to develop it. I got into John Rutter. Oh my word, John Rutter. I got to put him back in here again. What a guy. That dude could write some music. Jesus. He could write some music. Check this out. Bob and Ann, they decide they're going to go to England and hear John Rutter live. How cool's that? Yes, they did too. Bob was into him deep. Into John Rutter very, very deeply. And we played a lot of John Rutter at Myers Park Presbyterian Church. Timothy Croft, I loved him. There's no man alive that can preach like Timothy Croft. Nobody at all. I've heard so many preachers. Timothy Croft is an amazing man. I mean, just an amazing man. When I first heard him, I'll never forget it. They did this Timothy something Clark, I don't know. I think I still got it laying around in a drawer here. He came in Myers Park Presbyterian Church, and I was sitting in the pews, in the choir loft, and he started preaching. I was like, wow. I mean, what came out of his mouth was just like poetry. And I was floored. Timothy Croft was so loved by everybody in the congregation. They sucked all the energy out of that poor man, had none. Think about 2 o'clock in the morning. He gets a phone call. Susie got raped. And he has to be there for the parents. Yes, he does. Pastors live hard lives because they have to do so much. They go to funerals to see their beloved members of the church die. And they do the rites. But we all love Timothy Croft. But Timothy Croft got burned out. And I saw him getting burned out. He was being approached by some big dudes that got a lot of money. And they're going, come work for us. And Timothy was going, goodbye, Myersburg Presbyterian Church. I'm going to go work and make more money. And, you know, like I said, I was involved with the church, and I had a good time in the church, and I did. You know, singing in a choir was wonderful. I was able to start to sing better at St. John's when, or was it, no, it was Ann. That was, I'm getting really confused now, but it was Ann Stegall that helped me on breath control. You know, I'll say more about this, is that you have to understand breathing and the fact that you're, and you're using your diaphragm, and you develop that diaphragm to be able to push that out. At the point of breathing and phrasing, try smaller phrases and control your breath. Just small phrases. Do, re, mi. You know, something like that. You know, and do small phrases and then lengthen your phrases. And still keep the breath control. And lengthen it a little bit more and a little bit more. You'll be able to sing a piece a composer wrote and sing the entire phrase with the right breath and be on pitch throughout the whole phrase. And then you go into your next phrase and your next phrase. You can cheat breathe. I've done that many times, but you got to do it fast. Singing's my life, and it's been my life. Music is my life. Like I said, dying doesn't bother me in the least bit because I know when you sit down and you hear music, it is me. It is me. And it is, like I said, people ask me all the time, what is the number one thing in your life? What is your passion? What is your mission? And it is music. I embrace music completely. I go into areas that some people go, I really am getting into AI. It's fascinating. People are going, I don't like that AI music. That's not real. But I'm getting into AI music. I think it's fascinating. I saw one that was obviously AI. No doubt in my mind. Because I can hear the difference between the two. AI is a little too damn perfect. You know what I mean? But I love AI. Let me go ahead and get out of this here. Yeah, artificial intelligence is just fine. What are you worried about? And, you know, you got your guys that believe that live music, such as an orchestra, is real music. And I will tell you, I sat down at a university, I believe, and heard some kind of orchestra. I'm not sure if it was some university, I don't remember. And the sections weren't in tune. They weren't in tune. You know. But I mean, my whole thing is, I'm going to end this just to say that music is my life and has been my life. And any composer, anybody great music, they live on. Peace, guys.